niggas been real since birth. I'm from the turf. Ain't no faking around here, cause niggas where I'm from ain't playing around here.
It's Arizona lethal. I ride for my peoples and pack a Desert Eagle and put 30s on a Regal. I keep a pack with me, it swoop down like a seagull. A real turf rider, I ain't playing with these people. I ride with some notes and keep hounds on speed dial. Goldie been.
Yo, what's poppin', man? Y'all already know what it is, man. Your boy CPTV, and I'm back in this bitch. You hear me with a whole nother one. Yeah, this is just another one. But listen, it's crazy. I've been watching what's going on. I know y'all been watching what's going on. I know I have. I'm paying attention to everything. But I be paying attention to everything, not really just what's going on with Diddy or what's going on in the trial. But I be paying attention to all type of shit, you know what I'm saying? Mainly for one, I mean, like fuck it, we're gonna talk about the Diddy shit, cause that's really why, you know, motherfuckers wanna talk about. So we're gonna get on this Diddy shit. Hold on. Yeah, we're gonna get on this Diddy shit, right? So pig. So look, I'm watching the trial happen, this shit like everybody else, right? I'm watching it, I'm peeping it, I'm zoomed in, I'm beamed in, I'm paying attention to a whole bunch of what's going on the scene, right? I'm watching like what's going on there, like what's really happening there, reading transcripts, going over different little shit, cause I be interested in that type of shit, right? I'm not interested in it because of the trial. I'm not interested in it because of Diddy. I'm not even a fan of Bad Boy. Like, I'm more interested in it because of the play, right? This gonna lead me into what I really be into in my interests and shit, right? Cause I'm not a journalist, so don't expect to get on my page and I'm gonna be goddamn flipping through notes and shit. I ain't no fucking journalist. I'm a hood nigga and I just run my mouth and I'm good at it. So, hell yeah, and then plus I'm finna run up a check with this shit too, so. Y'all know when I run up a check, I'm about to goddamn be checking niggas out and shit. We about to, everybody, I'm from Arizona, we all about to have a check. Bitch, we about to put Arizona up there. You hear what I'm saying? Right now they think they sleeping on us, but they not fucking with us for real. So we're gonna put Arizona up there. So it's Arizona everything. Everybody stand up. You in Arizona, we standing up on shit. We got our feet on the couches and shit and the ceilings and shit. So shout out to everybody putting they move in front and they shit, you know what I'm saying? If you doing your dance in the city, man, do your shit, man. I salute you, man. I don't give a fuck if you a Crip, a Blood, goddamn. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit, nigga. If you front your move, do your shit. Whether you rapping, shout out to the rappers, you see what I'm saying? We got a bunch of rappers out here. Shout out to my man 2 Dash, you know what I'm saying? Well, I be thinking about Arizona rappers, that's what I be thinking about. I be thinking about my niggas. If y'all ain't tapped in and checked in, man, tap in. Tap in, man, go check out. Yeah, go check out a bunch of artists, man. Shit, we got Cactus Boys Entertainment, go check out them. You know what I'm saying? Them the little homies and shit, go check out them. Cactus Boy Entertainment, go check out them. Goddamn, shit. 2 Dash, go check out Dash, man. You know what I'm saying? Go fuck with Dash, man. Bro be all on all type of shit. Got that Wasteland Warrior shit jumping on. My nigga be rocking a guitar and shit. My nigga be goddamn blowing trumpets and shit. Fuck around and hit you with a saxophone on that ass. Go check out 2 Dash, man. My nigga been rocking some legendary shit. Shit. Check out everybody, nigga. We got goddamn Collar Poppin' Association. You can check out the squad. You know what I'm saying? Everybody that's been affiliated with CPA, you can check out everybody. Everybody doing something. You know what I'm saying? BMR the Star, goddamn. You can check out shit. Everybody doing they shit. Nigga, it's Arizona. You got Crondo. You got goddamn E-Dot. You got goddamn Willie North Pole. Goddamn. It's a whole lot of motherfuckers putting their music down. You got Cali Tour. These out here, you can check them out. Them the Cali Mexicans, they putting that shit down. Mason May putting that shit down. You got goddamn Everybody putting that shit down, man. Motherfuckers is putting that shit down out here, man. Shout out to Arizona, man. We got there, we do our shit. But the Mexicans in Arizona go harder than everybody. They go hard. The Mexicans is going crazy. So shout out to the Mexicans in my city put that shit on, man. They put that shit on. I ain't gonna hold you. The SS put that shit on. In Arizona, they putting that shit on. You can listen to any Mexican rapper in Arizona, they put that shit on. I don't give a fuck. It is what it is. But listen, we finna get to it, man. So anyways, go check out some of them names. You can goddamn YouTube everybody pretty much. You can YouTube, goddamn SoundCloud. I'm sure they sound. I don't know about SoundCloud. I ain't heard about SoundCloud. We gonna take SoundCloud. You probably can't SoundCloud nobody. These is all real show performers. Goddamn, them stepped out. They be on stage performing and shit, still doing other shit. So, you know what I'm saying? If you not in my city and you hearing this video, go check them names out. Go run that shit up. Go run them up. I'm gonna be dropping names and music on y'all too though, so we're gonna get into that because I'm a real hood nigga. I'm really outside and shit. So we're gonna be doing a lot of that shit. I'm not really a sit in the couch type of nigga be goddamn just in the crib. Nah, I'm really one of them outside niggas. I be really outside and shit. And then plus I'm doing a whole bunch of other shit too, so I'm finna be goddamn. I'm finna be mo outside. You hear me? I'm about to be mo outside. Hell yeah, I'm about to be mo outside. Look at my shit. My shit's banged out too. Anyways, my shit killing your shit. My shit killing your shit. And it's all my shit. Look, my shit killing your shit. Bitch, my shit killing your shit. Listen, my shit killing your shit. I promise my shit. Let me flip this shit. Let's do that. That's better. I like that better. Y'all let on sideways. I like this better. All right, but look, I got my Thuka this morning. This bitch got down. Got my Thuka this morning. This bitch got down. You see the pizza? Hey, shout out to Little Caesar. Boy, they looked it out for a nigga. Boy, he nigga with a $5 goddamn hot and ready, come get it and go. But look, anyways, if you here, hit that like button, man. Hit that subscribe button, man. Let's get into this shit. All right, so look, Pete. Yo, they had Jane Doe on the stand, right? You know, they had Jane Doe on the stand, right? So I think at this point we already know who Jane Doe is. They pretty much done already let that out their bag. They be trying to be discreet, but you can't be really discreet when you got high profile cases like this because, right? So anyways, they try to be discreet, but they try to keep her name. They try to keep her name out of it and shit. Like, what the fuck? Man, please. They not trying to, listen, these people is running up a check, bro. Man, y'all hit that like button, man. Cause I need more subscribers, bro. Y'all need to be hitting the like button, man. And y'all need to be hitting the subscribe button, man. All y'all that say y'all know me, y'all better be hitting that like button, bro. Cause if all my motherfucking subscribers ain't the people that know me, but y'all niggas lame as fuck, bro. I want y'all to know that shit right now. Y'all niggas lame as fuck, bro. If y'all looking at my video and you not subscribed to my channel, bro, and you know me, you lame as fuck, bro. I swear to God, you lame as fuck, bro. I want you to know that. From me to you, from my heart to your heart. If you not subscribed to me, but you on any one of my channels or any one of my social media goddamn pages, you lame as fuck, G. I promise, I swear to God. So you need to get subscribed so you can be unlame, G. I promise you need to be unlame. On my mama, you need to be unlame. All right, so look. Now that we got you lame motherfuckers out the way, because the other ones that's hit that subscribe button, shout out to y'all, man. That part of the Twiz gang. Y'all know this goddamn, I'm finna be doing some shit, bro, and y'all gonna be the first ones to get that shit, bro. I promise. You know what I'm talking about? Because what I got, like 110 or something? I need 5 million. So that means y'all need to be hitting the fucking subscribe. I don't care if you watch the video or not. Hit the subscribe button so you can help me get there so I can be wearing suits and shit too so I can be doing fucking raffles for television and PS5s and VR troopers and robots and shit that walk around and clean up your house and shit. Anyways, y'all hit that like button, hit that subscribe button so I can keep talking my shit. Cause eventually I'm gonna be getting on y'all ass in a minute. Especially if I ain't seeing y'all in them comments, and I know y'all should be in them comments. But anyways, listen. I tell you what. They had Jane Doe on the what's your name, right? See, this trial is right here. If you're not really woke, but you profess yourself to be woke, this right here is, listen, if you sleep, this should have woke you up. This should have woke you up right here. Why this should have woke you up? This should have woke you up right here because now you get to see how they really playing, right? Now you get to see how these people really feel about us. Now you get to see how these people really feel about us, right? Cause watch this. Watch this. Cause watch this. Cause watch this. I'm finna show you. I'm finna show you how they playing in your face. But you not wondering how they playing in your face. You think old Cassie and Victim and Diddy a monster. I'm gonna show you how they playing in your face. Watch this. Alright. Boom. So for one, we're gonna break it down. We got racketeering, we got sex trafficking, and then we got prostitution or some shit. That. This is what they charging a man with, right? That's the thuka. Hey, that bitch burn. Hey, that bitch burn. Hey, but look. So they charging a man with this shit, right? They charging with that. Listen. If they would, they couldn't book him up for the shit that they supposed to book him for, right? They couldn't book him. Nah, they couldn't book him for the shit they were supposed to book him for because the time frame ran out. See, a lot of this shit, when you dealing with the feds, it's like time frames, deadlines and shit. You gotta be on point because they got statute of limitations that go on with a lot of the shit. So a lot of the shit right now, the statute of limitations that ran out on. So they're gonna have to try to go a different route to get him. So what they did was, if you notice, the same thing they did to Kels, right? The same shit they did to Kels, except it was the wrong time for Kels. It was the wrong time. It was like right before the switch. I don't know if y'all be watching this shit. See, I'm spiritual, so we finna get spiritual. This is where we get away from that Diddy shit and get into this real shit where I can really fill your brain up. And that way you could get the food you need for your soul so we could get where we need to get up out of here. Watch this. It was Kel's wrong time, right? In the world, see, the world switched. It changed. It flipped. I don't know if y'all paid attention to this. I was in the penitentiary, right? So I was in the can doing real shit going on, right? So while I'm in the pen, the world is going through the change. It's shifting, right? Shout out to everybody that was in the pen with your boy. Y'all know what the fuck going on with me. We're gonna tap in. Y'all niggas can see when y'all see this video. Y'all niggas gonna know, motherfuckers tap in, let you know the fuck going on with your boy. Anyways, no smut. But I was in the penitentiary throughout the course of the shift, right? So what happened with the shift is, and this is what I mean by the shift and why I say Kels, like, if he would have waited, not him, but if they would have waited a tad bit longer, right? Kels could have got up out of there. Listen, got up out of there. So what happened is, with the shift change, watch this shift change. I'm 39 years old, right? My grandmother is exactly 30 years older than me, right? No, 30, 50. She's exactly 50 years older than me because she's 89. So that means when I was born, my grandmother was 50. You get what I'm saying? So peep the plot. Watch how it happened. Watch how it happened. When I was born, right, my grandmother was 50, right? Because she's exactly 50 years older than me. So that means my grandmother had lived 50 years, right? She had lived 50 years before I came into this world, her grandson, right? So that means she had 50 years on this earth, right? To go through and get things together and understand and get discernment and be able to reach the creator so she could be able to lead her family, right? So boom. Did you hear what I said? So she could reach the creator, so she could, her family, right? So the switch, while I'm in the pen, right? The switch happened when the internet happened. You notice the internet, when the internet came, it took like for a minute, it had to be like small bits and pieces, right? Like you could only get it like this, right? Because it had to be ushered in. Like you couldn't just spring the internet on the motherfucker. It'll blow your brain up, right? Because you getting privy to too much information. There's too many brain waves. You got electrons and neutrons, protons, all these different goddamn molecules and shit that's happening with this internet shit. That's why they trying to goddamn fiber optics, wavelengths and shit. All that shit, we are connected like that, right? So when you say you dealing with megahertz and trons and protons and shit like that, molecules and atoms and shit. When you get to speak in that language, that's your body, right? Because we are a frequency. You feel what I'm saying? Us as these terrestrial beings, we are what we call goddamn frequencies. We are a frequency. You feel what I'm saying? So when you look at it and say, all right, boom, the internet, right? Before the internet, peep the switch. Before the internet, you didn't know what the hell was going on in Europe. You didn't know how these people was living in China. You didn't see these different cultures. You didn't see what was going on inside a homie bedroom. Yeah, we knew he was softer than medicated cotton, but we didn't know he was fluffier than fluffy goddamn the bunny rabbit on Easter. We didn't know he was wearing high heels. We didn't know that because we weren't privy to that type of information. You're not supposed to be privy to that type of information, right? Because that's how the world moves. We're supposed to evolve. But if everything you see is right there, right? There's no way for you to be like, all right, well, let me learn this. Let me learn that. Let me do this, right? Because you get to watch everybody else do this shit. You get to watch everybody else make these experiences. You get to watch everybody else live their lives. You get to see so much.
Originally from New York, but then I live in Georgia now.
Okay. Sylvie, we're here in Manhattan at the federal court.
Yes.
How many days you been here?
I've been here from the beginning, since the 5th of March.
Every day?
May. Every day.
Every day. What was your feeling about Puffy 60 days before the trial versus how you feel about the case? What was your feeling about the case 60 days before the trial versus what's your feeling about the case now?
My feeling about the case 60 days ago is that he is going under. And I'm not trying to be funny.
I felt the same way.
Some of the stuff, and I was like, this dude is ruthless. This dude is just jacked up, and he's done too many things and getting away with it. That's how I felt in the beginning.
Now, today, walking out of the court, how do you feel on June the 6th, June the 5th, 2025?
This is a crazy case. It's about somebody's bedroom scenery of things that they're doing, and it's morally wrong, domestic violence and stuff like that. But as far as a RICO, I, Sylvia, don't personally see it yet.
Sylvia, what about the witnesses that the government has been calling? Mia, Brianna today, these witnesses getting on the stand, lying, perjuring themselves on the stand. What's been your feeling about that?
It's ridiculous that they're allowing them to come up with it. So it seems like they're all working together some kind of way. Because with attorney Westmoreland, she brought it out. It's like every single one of them had the same story, and it's like they're all together. All of them are together and trying to bring this man down. I don't know who's behind it. It seems like somebody greater than anything that's behind all of this. That's what it seems like. And they all have the same story.
Sylvia, were you in the court today when Brianna said, when Nicole Westmoreland showed the picture dated September 26, 2016, and has been saying this is the day that she was held over a balcony in LA, and then Westmoreland put up the Trump International Hotel receipt that Puffy was actually having in-room dining
in Jersey and New York.
He was doing the Bad Boy reunion tour in Newark on the 25th, but on the 26th, the day he's supposedly to be in LA, he's at the Trump International having in-room dining in the room. And Nicole Westmoreland basically says, "Why did you come here and lie?"
And lie.
What was your feeling when you saw that?
It's a mouth drop. It was like, whoa, wow. You can't be two places at the same time, and plus California's too far away to be here, and I mean for him to be in both places at the same time. It's impossible.
What do you think that did? What do you think that did to the credibility of the prosecution?
There's a lot of doubt being created. There's a lot of doubt, so they're gonna have to come real strong. Even if they have certain things, they still gotta. It has to be based on the credibility of the witnesses. They might have one part of the element, because I think that's why they're trying to do this Jane situation right now. They grilling more of Jane, because everything has been Cassie. Now Jane is coming in and it's going to corroborate some stuff that is being said by Jane.
Let me ask you something. What do you think? Now, Cassie mentioned the balcony incident in her civil suit.
So that means she lied.
There could be some legal ramifications for her.
Yes. That means she lied. Because if they could prove that woman lied, then she talked to Cassie and asked Cassie whether or not to put it in.
Well, they went over that yesterday, that they were talking to each other.
And she told Cassie not to put it in there. So that means Cassie lied in her lawsuit.
As of today, is Puffy guilty of RICO or not guilty of RICO?
Not guilty.
Okay.
Yeah. So now that we back, man, so that's again, shout out to my man Sean G, you know what I'm saying? He out there on the ground, man, boots on the ground, man. That's why I be tapped in getting my, you know what I'm saying? And he be filling me up, my little soul and shit, but he also got other content too on his channel, you know what I'm saying? So y'all go ahead and like and subscribe my man shit, man, because he really got some shit on there for y'all to look at. But anyways, so I'm going to give you my reaction to what I'm thinking, man. Listen, to me, it's a spiritual battle going on. Let me get real and talk to y'all for real here. Let me adjust this bitch. You dig what I'm saying? Watch this. It's a spiritual battle going on right here, right? And this battle been going on for so long that now all of a sudden the warriors that's really tapped in is starting to really wake up and become who we supposed to be. So let's break down what I think is happening, and then we're going to keep it and take it on from that note forward, right? So look, when I say it's a spiritual battle going on, I mean, this is what I mean, right? Let's look at it, right? You feel what I'm saying? Black is beautiful, baby. I don't want to, shout out to this melanated colony, you know what I'm saying, about this greatness and kings and queens that we are. It is that. It's a blueprint being set, and we set the standard for this shit. Whether you pay attention to this shit or not, we really set the standard for this shit. No matter what race you is, no matter what creed you is, no matter none of that shit, we all come from one race, right? It's one race of people. And that's where we all come from. And the moment we realize that no matter if you Mexican, Puerto Rican, Haitian, Jamaican, got Chinese, that shit don't even matter, right? That is a design to separate and segregate us, to keep us from connecting on this wavelength right here. You dig what I'm saying? The Bible try to tell us, but they spun the Bible so cold that some people can't choose to believe it or not. You know what I'm saying? So they spun it so cold and they threw a narrative out there so cold that they make you do your research. That's why they coined the phrase, do your homework. So do your homework, man. The Bible tell you where there are two or more gathered in my name, I'll be in the midst also. So we got to dissect exactly what that means, right? What that means is that it takes multiple of us to connect here, right? So if the Bible says where there are two or more, right? That's these two waves. This brain wave and your brain wave, if we together and we chop it up and we on the same, our brain waves is on the same connection, that means we can talk to man because he's about to be right here. You know what I'm saying? That's a wave. So you got two or more. So think about if we got more, right? If it's, let's say it's 10 of us and we all got one common wavelength. We all on the same platform. We all on the same hertz and we broadcasting on the same wavelength. It's more power. You feel what I'm saying? It's more power. That's brain power. That's why you call it brain power, right? So you put your brain with my brain and 10 other brains. That means we got one big ass brain which emits more megahertz. We got more wave coming out of there, right? So you know for shit show, if it's 10 of y'all and y'all all locked in on the same shit, you can reach the creator. You're going to elevate, you know what I'm saying? You're going to elevate so hard because you're going to put your brain power together, right? But if they could break us apart, right? If they could break us apart to keep that wavelength from getting so big, right? You can't reach enlightenment. It's harder to get there, right? It's going to be harder to get there. It's going to be more of a struggle to get there. But if you could get 40 of your homies or 40 of, it don't even got to be your homies. If you could just find 40 people that are like-minded and y'all can connect on one wavelength, guess what? The creator right there, you just created enough energy to create for the creator to pop, boop, hello, I'm here, so we here. All right, we here, so I'm here. Y'all here, I'm here. Hello, let's all be here together. And then boom, the creator is there to help flourish us further and elevate us to another level, right? So the more of us connect on one link, the bigger energy we have to get higher and closer to the creator, right? All that other shit is sugar coated and watered down. They threw that shit out there for us to distract ourselves from connecting together. So that black, white, Mexican, brown, Puerto Rican shit, that shit don't mean nothing. That just how you talk. You know what I'm talking about? You can see a Mexican, and when you see the Mexican, you know the Mexican language gonna be like that. That's it. That's the only difference. That shit right there, that's the only difference. So when you can get ready to understand, then you can really understand, and then you can use so anyways, now that we got that out the way, let's get to it, man, because the Bible, the Quran, all that shit was put out there to distract you, right? Because you don't need none of that shit. You don't need none of that shit at all. You didn't need it before you could read. So why do you need it now? Because that book said that God saves the babies and old people. And they can't read nor write. So again, that shit is a distraction, man. You got to be connected to the creator by your damn self. If you can't connect to the source by your damn self, you're not the plug. Oh, hello. Anyways, so now let me tell you about this spiritual warfare that we got going on, right? So let's go all the way back. We're going to go all the way back because we didn't have black kings. We didn't have black emperors. We didn't have goddamn black czars. Egypt didn't have black rulers. You feel what I'm saying? This is a power trip. You see what I'm saying? This is a power trip. This is a trip about power, right? So again, they've been knocking black down for the minute. They've been knocking black down for the game. But if you gonna allow it to happen, it'll happen. I promise it'll happen. Because we're allowing it to happen. We watch it happen. We watch it happen every day. You watch it happen, I watch it happen, we watch it happen. But that's because we're not all connected. And right here, you hit that subscribe button and that like button, and that's where we're going to connect. Because every day I'm going to be opening your eyes to some shit that you can't see because you paying attention to what the fuck the internet done did. That's what you paying attention to the internet, but you don't see China and goddamn Taiwan is finna go up. You're not seeing that. That's huge. They not sure. Look, they not showing you China and Taiwan about to go up, G. Watch how catastrophic this shit is that they don't want to tell you. China and Taiwan about to go up. Guess what? Guess what? China, one of the most largest superpowers on the planet. Oh, you didn't hear me though. Oh, you didn't hear me. Shout out to CPTV 144, man. Y'all hit that subscribe button, man, because I'm really popping my shit. That way. Yeah, I'm popping my shit. So watch this. They threw the Diddy trial out there. Throw the Diddy trial out there. Because behind the scenes, China finna fuck over Taiwan. Like Russia fucked over Ukraine. But Russia thought they was finna step on Ukraine, and it was about to be that. Fuck no. Zelensky over there shutting shit down. Boom. Nigga sent 300 drones over there. Boom, knock that shit down. Cause this shit ain't going like it's supposed to. Pay attention. But y'all not seeing this shit cause they got Diddy in his fucking whatever he got going on. Man, free Diddy. Yeah, free that nigga, man. Y'all leave that man alone. Man, they was trying to have fun. He ran him a bag. He trying to have fun. Man, free that man. Hey, but listen, y'all missing it. It's going down in a real way. But they want to keep us asleep. They want to keep us distracted so they can keep us separated, right? That's why they threw that. That's why they threw that goddamn that ICE shit out there. That's a play, G. That's a play. That's a play to keep us separated because they know what type of emotions is going to inflict on some. So that was a play to keep us in control. But we got to think past that. Watch this. Watch this. Bill Cosby. So we know the conspiracy. You know, he was finna buy the network and he was finna do this and he was finna do that. That shit is real, bro. That shit is real. That shit is real. Nigga, Bill was about to make a major move. Think about it. Jello pudding? Fat Albert? Nigga, the Cosbys? Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Bill Cosby was murdering shit behind the scene. Bill Cosby was larger than Diddy and Jay-Z ain't got shit on Bill Cosby. No, fuck no. Hell no. Bill Cosby was Jay-Z and Diddy together when he was their age. Like, nah, Bill Cosby is the original father of television, the original melanated father of television. When Bill Cosby got to the television, they didn't even like niggas. He was being hung. So think about that. And Bill came and ushered in shit for people like Diddy and Quincy Jones and Quincy Davis and Michael Jackson's and all these different entertainers and even the women. Goddamn Patti LaBelle, Aretha Franklin, look at hell, Whitney Houston. They would have never been able to have a voice if it wasn't for the father, Bill Cosby. Come on. The legendary Bill. This the Jello pudding, the Fat Albert man. You know what I'm saying? But he had got so big that he was being himself, a king. See, when you're a king, you think outside the box. You don't think norm, and you don't want to go to school to be an employee. You want to go to school to be an employer. That's why certain individuals excel in other places, because they are the natural leaders of the ordinance of how this village is supposed to be ran. But when you get a distraction, see, what happened was he got too big and they couldn't control it because he was doing shit they was doing. He started doing shit they doing. The elites. Yeah, the elites. Listen, it's bigger than these celebrities and shit. It's bigger than the president and all this Congress and shit. That shit ain't about nothing. It's bigger than that. It's bigger than that. It's bigger than that. It's so big that it's to families. Whole families is running shit. The countries and shit. These is whole families running countries. So when I say it's bigger than that, it's bigger than that. Right? So look, Bill was finna start buying networks and televisions and shit, but that's doing shit they do. Now you done got so big to where you think you one of us. You think you can mingle with us, you monkey? This how they looking at Bill. You's a monkey. But they, see, y'all don't know that they know. They know that Bill was he's one of them ones. He's cut from that bloodline. That's why they came with Ancestry.com and shit. So they could veer you away from who you really is. You do your research and you do your homework and you dig into that melanation, and you're going to find out that your bloodline comes from the roots of kings and queens, patriarchs and matriarchs. But they don't want you to know that information. So whenever you get to the point where you finna fall out the bucket because you done got up there and you finna get up out of that bucket, see the stick coming, boop, put you right back down in the bucket. Get boop, boop, get back down in the bucket. Pay attention. See, y'all not paying attention because you want somebody to get on there and pop that goddamn Cardi B shit. You want to know about Cardi being Offset. First of all, Cardi a rat. We knew that. That ain't some new shit. We knew Cardi was a rat. Y'all want us to believe that Cardi just ain't a rat no more. No, Cardi a rat. She just a rat with some money. Come on, man. Y'all go watch who Cardi is. She told y'all who she was. I'm on, yeah, she told y'all that back on Love and Hip Hop when she was doing her popping her ones on Love and Hip Hop. She was a rat then. So what you think she gonna do now? Rat activities. She just a rat with some money. So yeah, you gonna see what she doing. We been telling y'all these was out here doing this punk shit. This ain't some new shit. This ain't some new shit. These bitches been doing this shit. They been doing this shit. They been dogging niggas. They been goddamn throwing rocks at the crib and then trying to hide their hand. They been doing this shit. Cardi just showing y'all that now after she didn't garner y'all goddamn feelings and emotions. She did all that shit for some money and y'all bit right into it. Cause guess what? Y'all funding in the money. So y'all helping the elites out. Cardi ain't worth shit. That's why her ass ain't nowhere. She not nowhere. They don't give a damn about Cardi and your $3 million. Girl, please. You one IRS bill away from being back in the hood. Stop playing. Yeah, we not tripping on none of that Cardi and Offset. We don't give a damn about none of that shit. Cause over here, we pay attention to what's real. And what's real is what's happening. So boom, Bill got up out of there. He was finna get out the bucket. Yeah, Bill was one of them crabs that was getting out the bucket. Cause he thought outside the box. He's a natural born leader. He think outside the box. So he was finna get up out of that bucket and he was on his way out of the bucket. But when he got right to the top of the bucket, the stick came. Boop. We're going to knock you back down. We're going to let you know that you really ain't as big as you think you is. No. Let me take that back. Let me rewind that. We're going to make you believe that you are not as big as you know you are. But because they have already erased so much of our history and got us conformed to thinking the way they want us to, that's why they send us to public school, so you could get that public information. So you could get that public education. Yeah, that free shit. Y'all go get that. That's why you, boop, public school is free. Come on, get it. Get your shot, get your needle. You know what I'm saying? Get your shot, get your needle. Come on in, we here. Sit down. Yeah, we got free lunch and shit. But your mom finna pay for it, but it's free. But somebody gonna pay for it. Your mom gonna pay for it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so Bill got up out of there. Boom, they threw Bill down. They hit him with so many allegations from so many different women from 25 years ago. They smacked Bill from some shit 25 years ago. Smutted him out, threw his name through the mud, ran him down through there, ran him out dry, folded his shit up, put him away. And then guess what we did as a black community? We slandered him, spit on him, ridiculed him, cussed him out, all because they put that jacket on him that them women crawled in his room and in his hotel rooms. And you know what I'm saying? Come on, man. They did same allegations on Bill is the same allegations on goddamn on Kels. Kels, what we call Kels? We call Kels the godfather of R&B, right? The king of R&B, right? That's who Kels is, right? Before all of this shit, we like, damn, Kels, he can't lose. The boy can't miss. He hit it out of there. You put Kels on it, it's out of there. Everything. Kels bigger than Jackson. He, boom, out of there. It's out of there. We, Kels, for sure. You can't, come on, it's me. I'm 85. I know, nigga. I probably was here off Kels. So I'm 85. I'm already knowing. Again, Kels, that's what we said, he that. Kels ain't got so big. Kels got so big, watch. Kels got so big, so that's TV, right? That's TV. Cosby, TV. TV, that's TV. Bill Cosby was the television industry, right? Watch this. Kels, Kels is the R&B world, right? The king of R&B. Watch how they did Kels. They did Kels so cold, they came with movies, they came with documentaries, they came with witnesses that didn't even go to the courtroom, they came with all type of stuff. They came with accusations, they came with victims. Before the man was even arrested, they had surviving R. Kelly videos and documentaries crazy. They was running them tabs so crazy before the man got arrested. He was still going to court. They was shooting videos and shit out there, like talking to people, get interviews and shit. What it's like to get come on. They did all that in the public. The powers. You see how everything picked up on that? When they came, when they was finna go knock Kels, see Kels got it. He was out. He over the bucket. He go over the bucket. My nigga kill over the bucket. He was finna boop fall out that bitch. Nigga Kels the king of R&B. Kels is about to do his own shit. Yeah, he's about to do his own shit, go independent. Kels go independent, everything all his. He signed all his own artists. He the king. He go up. He bigger than everybody. He bigger than Clive Davis. He bigger than Jimmy Iovine. He bigger than all that because he's he already mastered the art of being an artist. He don't even gotta do shit. Matter of fact, he could executive put his name on some shit, sing a hook or 2 or 3 on your album, and that out of there. Nah, you can't do that, Kels. Get your bitch ass back in there. Boop, get your. Matter of fact, see, you one of them he one of them young whippersnapper, young goddamn R&B gangsters, cause you from Chicago, you from goddamn, whatever they call it, Joe. You from over there, and you from down there. So we gonna really do you all the way in, cause we know you like them young girls too. Yeah, we know you like them young girls too. And then they go to the hood and find a bunch of dusty, nobody ass niggas that hate you already anyways. And they gonna throw some smut on you. Oh yeah, we been knew that, man. We been knew that. We been heard stories about that. We knew rapping. Yeah, y'all call it R. Kelly, we call him rapping. Yeah, we knew rapping was into young kids, girls and stuff. We knew that. Yeah, well, you's a sucker, because if you knew that and didn't do nothing about it, you's a sucker too. You might as well had went in there and held the door open while he was doing it to the young girl, if that's the case. Nah, it's all a power play to knock so and that's why they say move in silence, man. Make your moves in silence. Don't never let your right hand know what your left hand doing, because the moment you do, somebody gonna be right there to always constantly throw some smut on you, throw some salt on you, keeping you from reaching that next level. That brings us to Diddy. So Diddy was finna take Ciroc global, right? Diddy was finna take Diageo, finna take it global. You understand what I'm saying? Diddy was finna put Ciroc where the white folks at. Diddy's a billion. Listen, Diddy has been a billionaire. The boy been playing with money. The boy been having Dolce. Been having that Luciano. He was finna take it global. You know what that was gonna do? That was gonna put him right up there with them. Cause he already a billion. We didn't think you was gonna get that, baby. Take that, but you've been taking that, and doing good. Now we allowed you to get $1 billion. Now you wanna come and say you wanna take this shit global? You wanna step in? Cause that's how you pulled up before any of this shit. Cassie been gone. This 10, 13 years old. So Cassie been gone. Ain't no trauma victim. If you was a victim, you wouldn't have ran off and had 3 kids and ended up pregnant with the trainer. Like, come on. So Cassie been gone. So we not even gonna say this is about Cassie. The women and the Me Too movement they gonna do that. Tissa Tales and all them. They gonna say that. CNN and News TV now. We not saying that here. No, we're not saying that here. We saying this is spiritual warfare, and they don't want to see the kings rise up, and they seeing us rise up. They seeing us rise up. We taking over everything. We in tennis. We got the sisters knocking tennis down. We got the brother knocking golf down. We got badminton. You see what we doing out there in soccer. Them Africans and Jamaicans and Haitians, they running that field. Come on, man. The melanated ones is rising. And they don't like the Mexicans neither. They don't like the Mexicans neither. I'm going to tell you why they don't like the Mexicans neither. And this is why y'all ass finna be in a pot too. So I don't know what y'all hip-hop in the red and shit like y'all don't fuck with niggas because y'all need to. Shit, the fuck? You see what the fuck they doing to y'all? Y'all need to be fucking with us. Y'all don't like us, but y'all need to be fucking with us. Make that shit make sense. Niggas ain't never in the history of anything said we don't like Mexicans, our Mexican counterparts. The hum. Come on, man. I'm from Southside Posse. I'm from Southside Posse. Si habla español. I speak Spanish. All my homies is Spanish. Nigga eat tortillas and goddamn. Nigga. What? Nigga, I got tortillas in this bitch. You know what I'm talking about? Motherfucker, I don't even keep bread in this bitch. I keep tortillas in this bitch. You hear what I'm talking about? So, you know, it's about that. It's not about separating us. You know what I'm saying? It's not about separating us. It's about us all coming together and connecting. The moment we come together and connect, right? That's when this shit get bigger. You know what I'm saying? I seen 100 niggas and 100 Mexicans, 100 niggas versus 100 Mexicans. What the fuck is we doing that for? For what? The fuck sense does that make? What does that matter? What does that matter? Who gives a fuck? Who cares for real? Like, I'm just gonna say, who gives a fuck? I'm not gonna say, oh, let's 100 niggas and 100 Mexicans just all team up and create businesses. Hell no, that's not what I'm gonna say. And I'm not finna say let's 100 niggas and 100 Mexicans like all just link up and just be like living together and shit. I'm not gonna say that either. I'm gonna say let's just all be 100 niggas and 100 Mexicans. And let's just be that. Why we gotta have no smoke? We ain't gotta have no smoke, period. I'm from Arizona. We don't have that type of smoke out here no way anyways, though. We don't move like that. The niggas, we ain't beefing with the Mexicans like that. Like they ain't like that out here. This Arizona, we don't move like that. Y'all on some weird shit. Y'all on some weird shit. Y'all beefing them race on race on race. That's some weird shit. That's some weird kid shit. Like you do that shit when you like, and you don't even do that when you a kid, cause kids fuck with each other. So this is a spiritual war, and we need to gain our control because they gonna keep trying to knock us down. What I think about Diddy, man, in this case so far, man, listen, like I said in all my other videos, man, Diddy a dirtbag for shit show, right? He a dirtbag. It is what it is. He a dirtbag. I think Diddy should have been a part of the creep squad because he a creep. You know what I'm saying? He a creep. It is what it is. He a creep. But I'm just gonna say this, man. Whatever happens in other people's bedrooms, that's what happens in other people's bedrooms. It's not my job or your job to judge how he have his sexual preference. That's not for me to judge, and it's not for you to judge either. You know what I'm saying? So I really would just say, man, Diddy a dirtbag for beating her up like that. You know what I'm saying? He a dirtbag for beating up any of these women like that. You know what I mean? I don't think no woman deserves to be beat up. You know what I mean? That's not how men think. You know what I mean? We don't think, let me be aggressive towards this female counterpart. You know what I'm saying? Real men don't think like that. So when you getting beat up and shit like that, and you dealing with men that are abusive and they putting your hands on you, that's not a man. You know what I'm saying? That's not a man. That's not a man. You know what I'm saying? That's what I was told this phrase, boy man. That's a boy man. You know what I'm saying? That's a boy man. Men don't put their hands on women. You know what I'm saying? Because we already know what time it is and how much damage we can do. You know what I'm saying? And let's just be honest. A woman ain't got no place in front of no man on no aggressive tip. Women and men don't argue. That's impossible because of that reason. You know what I'm saying? Because on a physical level, I'm rocking shit. You know what I mean? And so it's not even to say big eye, little you. You know what I mean? It's just men and women don't on that stage. You can never compare a man to a woman on no level. They can never be compared. You can't compare a man. So men and women can't compete. You know what I mean? So for me, it's Diddy a dirtbag. You know what I'm saying? He a dirtbag. Like, for sure. For putting his hands on her. I don't care. You a dirtbag. Nigga, don't put your hands on her. And then you dogged her, kicking her all in her face and shit. So for that, it's the X on that, right? It's the X on that, and it's a T on the play, right? So he a dirtbag for that. All his testimony is from all these different people is some money for me. That's how I see it, is some money, because let me ask you a question. And I'm gonna end it here. And y'all can tell me in the comments how you feel about it. But for me, the devil working, right? The devil working. And the devil wanna divide, right? He wanna divide. And he wants to divide because the time is coming for us to rightfully start taking and holding the positions that we are born in hell to hold, right? And the elites, they know that. They see that. The times is coming because the times have changed. You know what I'm saying? Now you can tell who's all a part of the LGBTQ community with respect. When I was growing up, you didn't know what you didn't know. You didn't see that. You know what I'm saying? You weren't privy to that type of information. You didn't know what was happening in such and such's bedroom, whether he was a hetero or a homosexual individual. You didn't know that, you know what I mean? And we're living in a world today where this internet is exposing so much. So we gotta be mindful, and we gotta guard our brains and our hearts from all of the negativity that they are trying to funnel in us, because it's a form of brainwash, right? That's being happened. And it's gonna keep happening until we wake up and realize what's really going on. So with this Diddy trial, man, like I said, the devil busy, you know what I mean? And it's gonna be for us to wake up and understand and realize that and make the best decisions moving forward. Diddy shouldn't have put his hands on her, period. You know what I mean? Period. He should have never put his hands on her, period. Nail one of them. If he did, you shouldn't have did it, brother. It is what it is. That's not how we get down. You feel what I'm saying? But also, again, like I said, it's a spiritual thing. So they gonna throw it all in our face. The devil gonna try to make us delirious with whatever he gonna throw at us. But we got discernment over here, and we can see through that. You know what I'm saying? We can see through that. God gave us discernment, so we can see through that. And we know the devil working because he wanna divide us. He wanna divide us, and he gonna use Diddy trial to try to divide us, because some opinions are gonna be different than others' opinions. And in this particular case, it's a very sensitive matter. So when they can divide your opinion on this right here, they can divide you as a whole. So we gotta stay woke, right? It's bigger than Diddy. Fuck Diddy. Send Diddy up the road. Who gives a damn? But I promise you, if y'all send Diddy up the road for this right here, they come into your bedroom next. That mean anytime you niggas, listen fellas, that mean anytime you fly a shorty out, that's sex trafficking. That mean anytime you pay a girl rent, you know what I'm saying? And you paying this shorty phone bill, and you paying this shorty car note, and the moment she don't give you that cake, and you tell her you gonna stop doing that, guess what? Guess what, baby? Sex trafficking. Yeah, Rico, baby. Guess what? So when y'all convict Diddy, guess what you convicted him of? The same shit y'all be doing. We do the same shit. Fly the bitch out. You see her. Yo, what's up, son? Let me, you know what I'm saying? We see it. We already know what's going on. So just understand what's at stake right here. It's like I said. And then to my ladies, I ain't insensitive. Don't get me wrong. I ain't insensitive. I'm a realist. I know this happens all the time. You feel what I'm saying? And it happens all the time to powerful men. And not only powerful men, but powerful women go through it also. So I'm looking past this. To me, you would have went to the police and not to the judge. So you got to have discernment. Take your feelings and emotions out of it. Like I said, he shouldn't have put his hands on her. You know what I'm saying? But he didn't sex traffic her. He didn't sell her. She sold herself if it was sold. Hello. So we not finna let the devil come up in our room and destroy what we got going on. So y'all hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, man, because the devil busy. And I'm gonna be watching. I'm like this. Tuned in, beamed in, and I'm watching, and I'm focused, and I'm locked in. No hocus pocus. But listen, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, man, and Y'all already know. Until the next one, man, we're going to be back with a plan.